What defines a man? Is it his past or his desire to escape it? John Wick, Chapter 1, is regarded as one of the most aesthetically pleasing action films in cinema history. However, reading this film solely as a revenge story is looking at only the tip of the iceberg. On the surface, we watch the return of a retired assassin whose dog was killed. But in the subtext lies the tragedy of a man whose grieving process was interrupted, forcing him to transform back into the monster he ran away from, the Baba Yaga. In this video, we will treat the first John Wick movie not as an action flick, but as a modern Greek tragedy. Through the lens of philosophy, sociology, and psychology, we will ask this question: is revenge a form of spiritual catharsis, or is it suicide of the soul? The biggest misconception about the movie is this: he killed everyone just for a dog. No, it was never about the dog. From a sociological perspective, symbols are more powerful than objects. John's wife, Helen, was the person who pulled him out of that dark underworld. When Helen died, the possibility of a normal life died for John as well. But Helen left him a final gift, Daisy. This puppy was John's totem of humanity. That dog represented the possibility that John could still love, show compassion, and be something more than just a killer. When Yosef Tarasov broke into that house and killed that dog, he killed John's future. They stripped him of his right to grieve. Just like in Freud's distinction between mourning and melancholia, because John could not complete his mourning process, it turned into pathological melancholia and destructive rage. Revenge was not a choice for John. It was a desperate reflex for his stolen humanity. In the history of philosophy, there are two strong views on revenge. The Stoic philosopher Seneca defines anger as temporary madness. To him, revenge is the refusal to heal. John had found a Stoic peace with Helen. But when that peace was broken, Nietzsche's dark prediction came into play. Nietzsche says, "He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you." The moment John Wick started breaking that concrete floor in his basement with a sledgehammer, he was, metaphorically, digging his own grave. As Confucius said, before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig two graves. One for your enemy and one for yourself. John killed his enemies, yes, but in the process, he also destroyed the grieving husband named John Wick. Only Baba Yaga remained. Revenge did not liberate him. On the contrary, it imprisoned him back in the identity he tried to escape. Let's look at the sociology of this world. The John Wick universe is a stylized version of Thomas Hobbes' thesis. Man is a wolf to man. Yet, within this chaos, there is a strange order. Have you noticed? Everything is paid for with those gold coins. Disposing of a body is one coin, a drink is one coin, a stay at the hotel is one coin. Economically, this is irrational. How can a drink and body disposal have the same value? Because these coins do not carry market value. They are symbols of a social contract. When you hand over that coin, you are saying, "I am a civilized criminal who obeys the rules of this world." As John Wick pursues revenge, he begins to shake this social order. The concept we call the cycle of violence kicks in. Yosef's arrogance led to the dog's death. John's response led to the death of the bodyguards. Vigo's response led to the death of John's friend Marcus. Revenge is not a surgical operation. It is a grenade with the pin pulled. When it explodes, it burns not just the guilty, but the innocent around them. And we come to the end of the film. John got his revenge. Viggo is dead. Yosef is dead. But what is the result? John Wick is like Sisyphus in mythology. He pushed the rock up the hill, got his revenge, but the rock rolled back down over him. At the end of the film, as he takes a new dog from a shelter and walks into the night, wounded, he is no longer the clean, grieving man from the beginning of the film. John Wick defeated his enemies, but he lost the war against himself. In that famous scene when he shouts, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back," we as the audience get excited. But philosophically, that moment is the moment of John's defeat, because being back is a betrayal of the peaceful life Helen wanted for him. Seeking justice is a natural right, but revenge is merely transferring the pain to others. It does not destroy it. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Unfortunately, to destroy his enemies, John Wick transformed into something far worse than them. John Wick, unfortunately, defeated his enemies, but lost the war against himself. He is now only the Baba Yaga, and the Baba Yaga has no chance at peace. He only has targets. This is the cost of revenge, your freedom. Thank you for watching.